You checkmated your enemies. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you checkmated your enemies. Point blank, period. All right. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say it is chess, not checkers. All right. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say it is chess, not checkers. See, family, not only do you have a higher IQ than them, but you have a different way of being able to recognize patterns, to recognize when people are not on your level, to understand how to move around individuals and how to set up your moves long before they can even see you setting them up. All right. See, you have the ability to plot and plan while nobody knows. You have the ability to make something that looks so simple or something that's so complex looks so simple. Everybody don't have that, y'all. That's a gift. But see, when you checkmate your enemies, they thought or they're thinking that this is it, right? No, the checkmate happens after the small move. They're thinking that's all you're doing. They're thinking that's all you got. I haven't bust my gun, but you have. I got a whole lot more to say. I got a whole lot more to do. Because when we're playing chess, I'm setting you up to checkmate you. I'm not just trying to win this small little, battle, right? Which is going to be one of the talking points. I'm not just trying to win this small little argument. I'm not just trying to win this small little conversation. I'm not just trying to win the small things, all right? I'm setting myself up to win in longevity. This is the long game. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. This is the long game. And that is how you checkmate your enemies, all right? But with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into this video. But first thing is first, leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. And yes, y'all, we're still right here in front of the legendary gray couch, man. What y'all got going on? How y'all doing? What y'all ate today? I'm all in your business as always, all right? Now, I got to say this for my foodies over here, for those who probably already watched me on my other channel, all right? We are on the Reno Speech Life channel, so y'all know how we give it up over here. But for my dinner, y'all, or not dinner, but for my breakfast, I had some Brazilian chopped steak as well as some scrambled eggs. So I went just straight protein today, all right? I went straight protein today. But for dinner later on, I'll probably have some more steak. And I know I have to take it easy with the steak, but red meat is protein, all right? Especially the good red meat. It is good. It's a good source of protein, so I try to use that and eat that a lot to maintain my deficit and also still get what I need to rebuild this muscle, okay? But outside of that, y'all, that's what I got going on. That is what I ate. Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know what dinner looks like for y'all, what y'all breakfast was. Let's get directly into this banger, all right? Number one, y'all, is going to be this right here. You prepare for moves ahead, okay? You prepare for moves ahead. This is the obvious, but we got to state the obvious because common sense is not so common. Anybody ever heard of a slumlord? Okay? Anybody ever heard of a slumlord? A slumlord is a person who's like a landlord, but they don't follow the landlord tenant handbook. They're a slumlord. You follow me? They probably don't take care of repairs and maintenances how they're supposed to. They don't keep their house habitable the way they're supposed to. Like, they're a slumlord. They don't care about their tenant. They just want the rent. Straight slumlord, right? Well, when you prepare for moves ahead on a slumlord, y'all stay with me, you are figuring out ways to get out that contract. You're figuring out ways to use that handbook to your advantage. You're trying to figure out what they're doing wrong that you can utilize in court that will place you in the right. What I'm saying is, y'all, is that with a slumlord, you don't just say, I'm going to stop paying rent. Most times you cannot withhold your rent, even if they are in the wrong, y'all, especially here in Georgia. I don't know how it is in Detroit. I don't know how it is in New York. I don't know how it is in California. But what I do know is that in Georgia, you cannot withhold your rent for any circumstances possible. Now, here's the thing, y'all. When it comes to utilizing this, preparing for moves ahead, when you're moving out on a slumlord, you're not being rowdy. You're not getting all up in rage. What you're saying is that I'm gonna beat you with this paperwork. What you're saying is that I'm gonna win the judge over in court. What you're saying is that I'm gonna play chess with you and not checkers. So this is the same way of how it operates in life. When you start preparing for moves ahead, you already knew and know what you're gonna do before they even did what they was gonna do. You already had planned for the moves that they were gonna make. All right. What about this? Got that checked off. What about that? Got that checked off. What about this? Got that checked off. When you prepare for moves ahead, you're making sure that every piece on the chessboard is accounted for. Does that make sense, y'all? All right. Not only is that how you deal with a slumlord, but that's how you deal with your enemies. Prepare for moves ahead. Number 2, you allow them to win the battle so you could win the war. All right. You allowed them to win the battle so you could win the war. Now, I do want to make sure I make this clear. I understand that it can be difficult on not going back and forth with a person. It can be difficult on not trying to win that battle because the war does not matter right now. It can be difficult to want to get the last word in. I understand that they going off. Maybe they may be chewing you out. Maybe it look like they're winning right now. But family, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to always say this. When you allow them to win the battle and you win the war, it's so much more beautiful. It is so much more beautiful. You know, it's almost like when you're dealing with a person in a relationship, and here's the funny thing. You gave them the opportunity, the chance. You believed in them. You tried to work on them, work with them, work on yourself, and do this thing together, right? But, you know, you don't fumble a person who didn't deserve you in the first place, right? And so when you're dealing with this individual and you figure out that, you know what, it's just not going to work. They done went off on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, started making videos about you, started making quotes about you, started sending subliminal shots at you. You know, they telling people that you're the bad person when you were the one who took a chance on them, when you were the one who made sure that they had what they needed, when you were the one who just kind of brought the boat to the table, right? What happens is, y'all, is that it looked like they won, okay? Yeah, they probably won that battle. You got that. You got you a free place to stay. You got that. You got you a few dollars. You got that. You got you a few meals. You got that. Go ahead. You got it. But what happens when you watch them go backwards? Who won the war? You did, because you won in life. Okay? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I won in life. That's what you did. You won in life. And it's nothing that they can do to stop it. So who cares about an argument? Beat them with paperwork in court. Who cares about an argument? Remove yourself. Who cares about an argument? Get better. Get your body right. Get close to God. But what I'm saying is allow them to win that battle. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't cuss nobody out. Don't give them that type of energy and control over you. Okay? Win the war. And they'll see it. Guaranteed. They'll double back around. It may take 5, 15, 10, however many years. Sometimes it happened quicker than that. But what I'm saying is just because they're holding on to their pride don't mean that they don't know that they messed up with a good person. Make sense, y'all? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you know you messed up. But that's how you checkmated your enemies. You gave them the battle. God, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead. You got it. But I'm going to win the war. The war is life. Number 3, starve them of attention. All right? Starve them of attention. If you checkmated your enemies, this is exactly what you did. You stopped giving them attention. You follow what I'm saying? You stopped giving them your time and your energy and your effort. You just started starving them of attention because that's what feeds them. That's what they feed off of. That's what gives them the strength. That's what gives them the power. All right? That's what gives them the courage. I'm serious. When you talk about the process of not feeding a dog, what is the result of that? At first, you're going to start seeing the dog, start looking for food, right? After a while, the dog may start barking more. After that, the dog may start, and this is a course of days, maybe weeks. Now the dog then turned into a full out scavenger. He looking for anything. She looking for anything. I eat a bug right now. I eat my own poop. You follow me? Before you know it, you start seeing the ribs on that dog. Then after that, the dog start losing, energy. And then after that, the dog just gonna die at some point. That's what happens when you starve people of your attention. I'm not saying they're gonna literally die. I'm saying that conflict gonna die. Yeah, I'm saying the problem's gonna die. I'm saying the issue gonna die. Whatever the problem was, it's gonna die because you're not feeding them attention. You're starving them of attention. It makes sense of what I'm saying, y'all? You ever seen some people who walk into the classroom, walk into the church, walk into the room, whatever it is, the facility, the job, as long as all eyes on them, they finna put on a show. They finna put on a show. But when there's no eyes on them, they just as quiet. They a sweetheart. They ain't trying to do anything because ain't no eyes on them. That goes right back to the same thing, y'all. Starve people of attention and they will stop. All right? They will stop. Number 4, outgrowing them. Okay? Outgrowing them. It's like graduating from middle school, going to high school. You follow me? Like when you in middle school, you thought as a middle schooler, you did things as a middle schooler, you hung out with other middle schoolers. But when you outgrow that, you get to the point to where you are thinking as a high schooler, moving as a high schooler, doing what high schoolers do. You follow me? When you get to outgrowing them, this is checkmating your enemies because you outgrow the fact of explaining yourself. So now you leave them dumbfounded. Yeah. You start outgrowing the fact of wanting to hang with the ungrateful, hang with the unappreciative. You outgrow the fact of needing them emotionally or mentally. Like you outgrow them all the way. So instead of y'all getting into a fight, an argument, having a problematic situation occur, you just outgrow them overall and you graduate to the next level. You get me? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I graduated to the next level. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I graduated to the next level. Number 5 is going to be the last thing. Master your privacy. All right? Master your privacy. You will always checkmate your enemies. All right? You'll checkmate your enemies anytime you master your privacy. This is the art of being secretive, all right? The art of being secretive. I'm not saying that you should be secretive to your loved one, your spouse. I'm not saying, especially your spouse, right? Marriage and relationships is a little different. I'm not saying that you can't have some confidentiality for yourself, even in the marriage or relationship. But what I'm saying is you want to be more transparent with them. But when I say secretive, I'm saying maintaining your confidentiality away from individuals who may be a little close in, but maybe you can't trust them all the way, or maybe they're not telling you everything, or you can't be certain that they're telling you everything. You're being selective with the information that you give them. I'm saying, like, understand when to be secretive and when not to be secretive and who to be secretive with. You get me? The art of being secretive, it saves you and it also adds to you. It gives you more of a mystery, and it saves you by not telling people, the wrong people, your business. Okay, because everybody cannot be trusted with your close and personal secrets, and that's just the way it is. But the point that I'm making, y'all, is you would checkmate them every time when you master your privacy. You don't let them know what time you're going out. You don't let them know what time you're going in to work. You don't let them know, how much money you're making, and, confidential things that really should not be talked about. All right. Things that need to be taken with you to your grave. Master your privacy. When you see some of the most powerful people, they have this mystery about themselves because they are mastering their privacy. Don't tell everybody everything. All right. That's the name of the game. Don't tell everybody everything. Make them work for that. You got to work for this information. Yeah, you got to work for this wisdom. You got to work for it. I'm not just about to tell you everything about me. Do you deserve it? Or are you ready to go run and tell my enemies about the things I just told you because I thought you were a friend? You got to be wise out here, y'all. But fam, you checkmated your enemies. This is how. Number one, you prepare for moves ahead. Number two, you allowed them to win the battle so you could win the war. Number three, starve them of attention. Number four, outgrowing them. And number five, mastering your privacy. Okay, fam, get you a yes sir t-shirt, yes sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.